One of the things that's broken in America in higher education is this lack of understanding that there is a lot of aid available for students who are genuinely eligible for the schools academically, but who may not realize that financially they're also eligible for the schools.
My parents had a hard time getting through college financially, so they told me when I was little that they would figure it out financially and all I needed to do was get the good grades. When they realized I was trying to go to a school with a price tag of $67,000 a year, they didn't want to even think about it.
The process of figuring out, I think especially financial aid paperwork, was a mess. And there was definitely a lot of difficulty explaining, for example, to my mother the sort of financial aid information I needed from her, like how much the house is worth, how much it's in debt.
In my community, a lot of people don't go to college because they can't afford it, or the fear that you just can't afford it, so they just don't apply.
But trying to explain to families, well, I know that this is the price, but it's not the real price for you. Trust me, it'll be less expensive for your family. Those are sort of too many steps to try to take families through. And so it's been very important to us to find a better way of simply communicating the real cost for individual students.
I actually came to think about financial aid not as an economist, but as a parent. My kids got to be teenagers. I started thinking, how am I going to pay for college? After looking at the data, I'm like, I can do a pretty good job of modeling a very complicated process in a very simple tool that can communicate the cost of college effectively and easily. My intuition is a simplified way to figure out what college is going to cost your family. You enter a very small number of pieces of financial information that you likely know the answers to, type in the numbers, get an estimate of what college is going to cost. Wellesley College introduced it in 2013. We've been doing it now for 3 years. It takes the average user 3 minutes to complete a My Intuition form.
We filled it out and realized that it would actually be the same amount of money to go here as it would be to go to my local state college.
I got this number that I think was $2,000 something per semester. I immediately called home to my mother and I explained to her that I might be able to go to school for less than $3,000 a semester.
Parents would end our conversation by saying, I don't understand why every school doesn't do this. We're going to figure out how to make that happen because this is really just the tip of the iceberg.
Everybody wins with the adoption of a calculator this simple and this accurate. And that's why Williams adopted it, it's why UVA adopted it, it's why another dozen or more schools are in the process of adopting it. And I think it's just going to snowball because it's so effective and it's good for everybody.
My Intuition has made the message simple and accessible and understandable. It can change the course not just of one student, but their entire family and their entire community. The chance to support students with these college opportunities is that it puts them in the driver's seat of their lives for the rest of their lives.